Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be showing you my foundation routine, and the foundation I'm using is Nars Sheer Glow, and I've been using this foundation for about a month and a half now. It works really great with my skin. It doesn't break me out or anything, so it's a great foundation. If you want to see how to do my foundation routine, then let's get to it. So the first product I used was Nars Makeup Primer with SPF. And I absolutely love this primer. It works really good and it doesn't have silicone in it, so it's safe for sensitive skin. So I let this sit for about 5 minutes. So now I am going to go straight to my foundation, and I'm using the Nars Sheer Glow foundation. And I am actually in light number 6, Ceylan. I don't know if you can see that. So what I do, because it doesn't have a pump, is I make sure I wash my hands right before this, and I just basically put my ring finger in it and just take whatever's on the top. So then whatever I get on my finger, I just dot onto my forehead, cheeks, and just everywhere where I want coverage at. So that's the amount that I usually put because I want a lot of coverage, because this is a pretty light coverage foundation, but it is very buildable. Then I just use my middle finger and ring finger combined to just blend it out with my hand. Well, fingers. And make sure you blend this into your hairline, just so it doesn't look so foundation-like. You want it to look very natural, like it is your actual skin. So then when I get to the area where I have my problems, I rub it even lighter in, because I don't want it to just show through right away. And I don't like bringing foundation up near my eye area, like under my eyes, because I found that it kind of like cakes up. To add more coverage, I pat the foundation into my skin. So if I wanted more coverage right here, I just pat it in. Especially around here, because this is an area where most people get red around. So normally when my skin's doing pretty good, when I don't have a lot of problems like I do now, I normally don't need to use concealer, which is really nice. The best way I found to apply this foundation is with my fingers. Some people prefer brushes, but with this foundation I found that using my fingers works the best and gives it the most natural coverage. So once you get the coverage you want, take a concealer if you do need it. And I'm using MAC's Studio Sculpt Concealer in NC20. And I'm just patting it onto my finger and dotting it on the spots that I can still kind of see a little bit of redness through. This foundation does a very good job covering my redness, which I like a lot. And it looks very natural, which is really hard to find with certain foundations. Now I'm going to set this foundation, and this is optional depending on your skin type. The powder I'm using is Mercier's Loose Translucent Setting Powder. It's not an oil controlling powder, so if that's what you're looking for, that's not it. This gives your foundation a nice finish, but it doesn't take away from the dewiness of the foundation. So it's a great setting powder. And I'm using my MAC 150 brush with it, but feel free to use any brush that you have. Now I'm not going to do like the general sweeping motion. I'm actually going to do a patting motion like this. And this helps, especially if you have skin like me, Normally if I was to sweep like this, it would take the foundation all off and it would look patchy. So I need to pat this in, and this helps a lot. And it also keeps the coverage that you built. So make sure you put the powder only in the places that you're really oily at, because you don't want to put powder on any place that you're dry, because it'll just emphasize the dryness. Now I am going to take my bronzer, and I'm using Nars Laguna bronzer with my 134 brush, and I'm just putting it on both sides of my brush and tapping off the excess. And I'm going to do the 3E motion, and this just gives you the naturalist finish. Also make sure you put bronzer on your neck, because you don't want your face to be tan and bronze and your neck to be just pale. And for my highlighter, I am going to be using MAC's Mineralized Skin Finish in Shimpagne. This was limited edition, so you can't really get this anymore, but MAC's Soft and Gentle is a great dupe for this. So I'm taking my 109 brush, and I'm going to start right here, just slightly bring it up. I'm not going to be highlighting down my nose because I do have oily skin, so I don't want to emphasize any part of my skin that already does get shiny. So I only really do this little C motion. The blush I'm going to be using is Nars Orgasm blush, and this blush is really universal. It looks great on all skin tones. And I'm using my MAC 129 blush brush, and this blush is super pigmented, so you do not need a lot of it. I'm just tapping, I'm not even rubbing, I'm just tapping a few times, and it gets a lot on, so I definitely want to make sure I tap off the excess. And to get a good blush, you don't want to go straight like this. You want to go off to the side and go onto the apples of your cheeks. So smile if you don't know where the apples of your cheeks are. So these are the apples of your cheeks right here. You want this to stay like your actual skin tone color in this area, about like an inch to an inch and a half. So start probably right here and blend it back. And this just helps give it the natural look. So just like that. And on the other side, I'm doing the same thing. Thank you for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed. Bye everyone.